Hey guys, stayed up late last night. I got the engine completely put back together after putting the oil seals in. I scrubbed all of the plastics. I tried to get as much grease off the motor as I could. Much cleaner now. And I even got whatever this is hooked back up. It's some kind of expansion. I don't even know what to call this. Just comes off the intake and has a breather with the engine. So I'm guessing what it does is it sucks gas vapor up in here to make startup easier. Which is kind of odd because the other ones at the golf cart shop did not have this. So I'm wondering if I could just remove that. But it didn't even have the hardware on it. It wasn't plugged in when I got it. The hose was split. The fuel pump hooks up down here. That wasn't hooked up at all, so the crankcase pressure was just venting to the atmosphere. And the crank seals were in the process of failing, so they weren't working too good. And I got a new vent. I guess like a vent scoop, but I got this at the golf cart shop off another golf cart. So, I have some good news. All of the parts are in to make it run except for the fuel pump, but it should be in today. So I'm going to try to bolt the motor in real quick, get it plugged in, get the belts back on, and hopefully the fuel pump will come in and we can take this thing for a test spin. So, keep your fingers crossed, it works. Hopefully, after this thing is mobile, I can actually get in here and clean up this shop because it is an awful mess. Well, it took me about an hour, but the engine's in, the exhaust is in, it's strapped down, both belts are on, all the wiring's hooked back up for the stator and for the ignition coil, battery's plugged in. I went to go try to just see if the motor would spin over by pressing the pedal, nothing. I couldn't get anything to work, and I was like, what the heck's going on? It turns out we had a blown fuse. Not just any blown fuse, the cap had come off. So I'm going to need to replace all of these fuses because the adhesive they used to hold the caps on has failed over the years, and now any vibration is going to cause them to break. So that was fun. I was in here wiggling wires and testing connections, and there was actually a fuse hidden right there in that little fuse holder. It was just kind of tucked up under that harness. I'm like, why is there a fuse here? There's one there. There's a whole bunch under the hood. I mean, damn, put them all in one space. But, anyway. It spins. We have compression. I don't want to do that too much because I don't want to do that with a dry cylinder. I did oil it before putting it back in, so there's a little bit in there. I have the carburetor in that box. I'm going to wait till I get the fuel pump in, because then if I put the carb in first, I can't reach the fuel pump. So, now we're just waiting on the postal service. This could take a while. Well, it finally came in. Not a moment too soon. It's getting dark. So, I gotta put the fuel pump in, put the carburetor in, bolt the seat on, fill the tank up with gas, and hope the system primes and that the engine runs. So, time to get to work. Alright guys, I've decided I'm going to wait until the air filter comes in. Yeah, the air filter comes with a new spark plug, fuel filter, and I've got new latches for the air box to close it up. So I don't really want to drive it without the air filter. It's really dusty around here. So I'm going to go ahead and start painting it. I've gone to Home Depot and I got 5 cans of Rust-Oleum Gloss Burgundy. This is actually really tough to get 5 cans of it. I actually had to go to 4 stores to get it. I got this from Walmart, Rust-Oleum 2X Gloss Navajo White for the wheels. I've got the flat black for the trim around the windshield. That's what I did the headlight area in. Then I have filler primer, which is for all the little imperfections and light cracks in the gel coat. And then I have done a couple test sprays already on the golf cart. And this is Satin Nutmeg, which is obviously hilarious to my friends because they've been making fun of me for it because I used satin nutmeg. It's really funny if you put it in like the scenario, like if you got two rednecks and one of them just redid the inside of his truck and painted his dash this color, because that's a good color for a dash, and his buddy gets in there, hey Herschel, what color is that dash? He's like, satin nutmeg. It's just so not manly sounding, but I used it and I think it's gonna look nice. Alright, anyway, I'm gonna roll this thing out. I'm gonna pull the seat back out of it, and I'm gonna start painting. Alright, well, I've got a couple coats on it. I'm going to have to remask a few things because I don't want to let it bleed up under the tape. So I do have to make one repair to this fender. I'm still going to pull the seat section out because I need to sand down this little running rail right here. I guess it's like a metal strip because it looks like crap. And that's going to take a lot of work. I'm not a huge fan of the color. I thought it was going to be a lot darker, but I think it'll work. It's a lot better than it was. It was freaking terrible before. Anyway, once this thing sets up, I'll bolt it back together and we'll take it for a spin. I guess the drive will be in another video. Well, that's it for now. I'm going to let it dry over there for just a little while. And then I'm going to pull the tires off and I'm going to wipe down the overspray with a little acetone on a rag and shoot the rims at Navajo white, and then I can put it back together and we can take it for a spin. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.